What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another solo edition of the 1% podcast. This is just going to be a little update. I said on my Instagram that I wanted to kind of talk about how I've been feeling the last couple of weeks. Maybe not like, well, maybe it's been longer. Who knows how I've been feeling like this? So a little update. Obviously, I'm going to start from, I did the photo shoot prep series of podcasts, and then obviously I did my shoot, went back to the UK. The podcast went silent for a month. It was really good to go back to the UK to obviously see my mum, see my family, which, if I'm completely honest, I didn't do enough of. I didn't see them enough. I was living with a client. I was actually prepping her for, we did 3 shows in the end. So we did 3 shows. She placed in her first show and then went to a British finals, which was incredible. No placing, but to get to a British finals in your first show is pretty incredible. And then she placed second at her third show, and second and third, I believe, or second and third, I believe, in 2 categories, and got her pro card as well. So that was absolutely amazing. And I had another client who prepped for that show as well and got top 5. So as a coach, that was a really big milestone for me. So I'm very, very happy with that. But obviously going back onto the topic of me a little bit, I guess. I don't know why I'm struggling to look at the camera today, so apologies to anyone watching on YouTube. I went back to the UK, did my shoot. I said to Cam, I was like, bud, let's go, let's drop the hammer, let's get this reverse dieting phase in and let's go. About 2 weeks back into the UK, honestly, I think there was a couple of days where I walked past the gym. My desire to train was non-existent, purely non-existent. I couldn't think of anything worse. The motivation wasn't there. You could say it's not even motivation, the desire to train. And for me to walk past the gym, potentially on multiple occasions, I was questioning, I've never had like this. Never. In any sport I've ever done, whatever it was, I never felt like this. So I was kind of again, I was having this thing where, does training define me? And to you listening to this podcast, do you think training defines me and things like that? And there's a part of me that kind of hopes not. But also I understand if you say yeah as well. And I kind of want to drift away from if training does define me, because that really hit home when I was back. Then we decided, I spoke to Cam, there was no pressure on training. We listened to my body. My mind was ready to go, I think, but my body was not there, and of course my mindset was not there, because I was walking past the gym, right? There's no desire to train. So for anyone listening, if you do come out of a dieting phase and things like that, and this is something that I've learned and I've implemented with clients going past this already, and I will be doing for myself next year, is post shoot, show, whatever it is, deadline, take a week minimum off the gym. That is my opinion. So next time round, I'll probably take a week completely away from the gym. I might book a holiday and go away somewhere, or I might just chill and enjoy. Number one, you've abused your body for weeks and months. You need to just let your body relax. And then again, I think just having that mental break, going on a holiday, eating some chilled food for the week, not in a restricted diet, whatever it may be. And then you can start that reverse phase, and we've done that extremely well this time around. We have done the reverse diet extremely well, and I'm very happy. So, yeah, I've pretty much been on the same food now since that reverse diet. So, from a couple of weeks pushing up. So, I had about 2 weeks out of the gym, on and off. I went to Marbella for a week to catch up with a friend there. In between client shows in the UK and things like that. And we've been running pretty much the same food, about 3,200 calories on rest days and about 3,500 on training days. And we're still doing that today. So that's pretty much the same. Yeah, sorry, just super random all over the place with this podcast or this episode. And being back in the UK, it did give me a lot of reassurance that I made the right decision to move to Dubai, or just to move, that I made the right decision to move. I went back to the UK and I was living back in London, and I felt a lot of these old emotions start to come up, maybe toxic energy and all this sort of stuff. And this is something that's still underlying with me. It's not London that's doing this, it's me that's doing it myself, an environment that's doing it to me. So there's a lot obviously still to work on with my self-development, and there always will be. There always will be. So this kind of leads me on to the topic of this short and snappy episode, hopefully, is that over the last couple of weeks, coming back to Dubai, back into full flow of training, even ready to push on with training to start to increase the food, really get into this off season and things like that. I've really decided mentally, maybe I think I've had the knowledge to do it, but I think now that I'm actually putting it into action. By that I mean I'm going to be really putting myself away for the next year. And I've given myself this goal, this like little goal to put my head down, really put my head down for the next year and crack on with shit. And by that I mean it's not like I'm just gonna run away from everything, but it does mean like I'm committing the next year to changing my life. And I sound so extreme, but I genuinely mean that. The next year will shape my life hugely, from a physique standpoint, from a self-development standpoint, from a training standpoint, from everything. And I thought this year did that alone. So my biggest thing is to stay really true to myself. I'm very self-aware now of people and energy and things like that. So my thing now is act on those instincts that you know and you're self-aware of, and put them to action quickly. So coming back to Dubai, I wanted to go out a little bit more and things like that. And I was getting all these kind of signals that I shouldn't be doing it. And all these signals were kind of right, because I was even messaging people that I'm decent friends with, that I'm good friends with, but I was messaging them a little bit too often, trying to see them, because maybe I felt a bit lonely coming back and things like that. And I wanted to go out and things like that. And that's also some of the stuff that I was saying, I was it's just not even me. To do those things just isn't even me. So it's just being very self-aware, and actually it's the little things, isn't it? Someone posted the other day, and it's just maybe it's the older I'm getting, but it's amazing how little people I need in my life. And all I need is one or two really close friends. And it really sunk me that, because I'm not old, but I can really resonate with that. So yeah, my kind of goal to myself over the next year is to put my head down and to royally focus on me. And I mean royally focus on me. And like I said, this next year is going to change everything. And I mean that. So when I watch this back in a year's time, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, that's a little update, guys, on just kind of the biggest thing for me was that mindset, and knowing I had the skills to do that, but now I think I'm ready to put it into action. So I'm excited to see where this year goes. Nutrition, I said, is exactly the same. We're running about 3,500 training days, 3,200 rest days. I'm eating out probably twice a week. Sometimes that's fitting my macro, sometimes that's not. Most of the time it's fitting my macro because I'm OCD as fuck. And yeah, so that's pretty much that. Training wise is pretty much the same. So training days or rest days are every Wednesday and Saturday, into a really good routine now. If you follow, well, we've got a YouTube now, so the YouTube will be there, and this will be on YouTube. But if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm a creature of habit and routine. So training days are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, which is today, and then Thursday, Friday, rest Saturday, and that just repeats. And training program is a push, pull, top line and arms, repeat, and we've got a 2-week rotation on that. So we'll have week 1, week 2, or rotation 1, rotation 2, and then we just keep going through that. And we'll probably be staying with that for quite a long time. So yeah, there is a little update on me, a little 10 minutes, short and sweet, but just to kind of go through how I was feeling and things like that of maybe the last time period, maybe the last month. Going back to the UK was definitely a good little thing for me to do, especially for work and doing team meetups and catching up with clients and going to shows and prepping. It was absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, I just think I need to go back to the UK, not for 4 weeks, but like for 2. But yeah, guys, anyway, any questions, as always, my inboxes, wherever they are always open. Obviously, taking on clients for the new year. So I don't want to bring anyone. I've kind of closed the doors at the moment. But anyone that is wanting to start fresh in the new year, we have a photo shoot challenge. So if you have any inquiries on that, just shoot me a message with the word photo shoot on whatever platform, and I'll send you details with that. If you'd rather go on to more personal one-to-one coaching, then shoot me a message with the word info, and I will get back to you as soon as possible, guys. Have an incredible one, and I will speak to you soon.